Yeah. All right. Also looking forward to a Royal Roundup. Let's get right to it. Here's a Royal expert, Patricia Treble. Patricia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's start with, we mentioned this off the top of the show, Princess Anne sharing her first message since she was hospitalized for that concussion. And actually, it was read by the Governor General, Mary Simon, during ceremonies in St. John's. Yeah. What more can you tell us?
Well, this is one event she would have absolutely been there had she been able to do it. So she said she deeply regretted not being at the reinterment, of course, of the unknown soldier in St. John's, which was a massive event. And she's not just anything, because she's the Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment. And she's been there for every big event that they've had. But of course, concussion means she can't fly, and she has to right now just concentrate on her health. It's five nights in hospital, so this was not a little thing. So,
Okay, well, we wish her well. To Prince Harry's phone hacking lawsuit next. And Harry's been ordered by a judge to personally explain why drafts of The Spare and messages with his ghostwriter were destroyed after he sued the papers.
Yeah, this is not good news for him. He's got some explaining to do. So first of all, we have to explain which lawsuit this is, because there's a few of them out there. This is against the News Corp tabloid. So think of the Sun tabloid. And right now they're in the middle of the British version of Discovery. The trial is next year. And you have to turn over all your documents. This has been going on for a long time. So anything he talked about, of course, about his memoir, anything he talked about phone hacking, the newspaper wants to see that. And so to find out that he might have deleted everything, the judge really unhappy. He was also, Harry had to pay £60,000 in interim costs for these discovery problems. And the judge also was really upset to find out that Harry himself was actually deciding what to turn over and what not to. And the judge was like, you cannot do that. So he's going to have to do a personal representation in court, probably written, explaining what exactly happened. But he has to see if he can track down all the documents. All the drafts of Spare, because there would have been a lot of drafts of Spare, and especially those messages between him and his ghostwriter.
All right. There's also some controversy over Harry receiving this year's Pat Tillman Award. Yeah. And for those that don't know, it's for service. It's named after the former NFL player who actually left the league to fight in Afghanistan and then later died. His mother, Patricia, is saying that there are, quote, more fitting recipients? Yeah,
I did not see this coming, I'm going to be honest. When they said that Harry was going to get it for his service to veterans and sports, because of the Invictus Games, of course, it's the 10th anniversary, I thought, oh, that's a perfect fit. Mother, very unhappy, talking about him being a divisive figure and saying there are lots of people. It's often given to unsung heroes. And I think what she has, the issue is that, of course, he's famous, right? But there's been a groundswell. Other sports commentators and everyone are getting in on it. It shows that he was always very popular in the U.S., but is now becoming polarizing there.
Okay. Wimbledon began yesterday. Yep. We know Princess Kate is a big supporter of the event. Do we think we're going to see her at all?
Fingers are crossed. So she loves tennis. She's the patron of the club. So we hope that she'll come, but I think, like everything, we'll see her this summer when we see her. And it's a refrain we're hearing a lot. So we've heard it from, Kate, Charles, and now Sarah, the Duchess of York. It has been not a great year for health.
Yeah, without a doubt. But yes, as you mentioned, she is such a huge tennis fan.
Massive
not be surprised to see her there at least one day.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah Ferguson penning a tribute to Princess Diana, sharing it on social media yesterday on what would have been Diana's 63rd birthday.
Yeah, I could always remember Diana's birthday because it's Canada Day. And it was a lovely tribute because, of course, the sisters-in-law were really, really close. And talking about Diana as a pillar of light and love. And talking about her legacy. And I have to think what they would have been now, because they both would have been grandmothers, playing and laughing with their grandkids. What could have been. It was lovely.
For sure, for sure. Thursday is election day in the UK, and the day after Buckingham Palace will be the focus of attention.
Yep. So this happens very quickly in the States, in Britain, the change of government. If everything goes according to the polls, there's going to be a Labour government. And basically, the day after the election, the outgoing Prime Minister goes to Buckingham Palace, meets the King. He's gone. Then Keir Starmer, who's the head of the Labour Party, would go to Buckingham Palace. This is the expectation. He meets the King. The King says, I would like to ask you to form a government. They shake hands, and bingo, you have a prime minister and a government. And it's one of those things with a constitutional monarchy. You don't really think about how fast it goes. There's no waiting around. It's like in the U.S., you can go to, January 20th to do the changeover. No, in Britain, it's immediate. Here's the thing, though, is that they need a new state opening of Parliament. So it's going to be in the middle of July with velvet robes and ermine and crowns in the middle of July. Not looking forward to it.
Little hot, you think?
I think it's a little hot. Yeah. The one thing is usually there is I'm putting money right now that they're going to take the Diamond Jubilee coach to Parliament because it's brand spanking new and it has air conditioning.
I think that's a good call. Yeah. That's a very good call.
I'm thinking that's absolutely the call. So, but yeah, it's going to happen really quickly, and it'll for the Brits and for the royals, it'll be a return to normal because of course they've had to really reduce all their duties because of the election. So right now they're in Scotland. Normally they're there for a whole week. It's a huge event. They're only there for 2 days because they have to stop everything because of the election.
All right. Well, some big headlines later this week, to be sure, with that election looming. Yep. And Patricia, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for this.
Thank you.